Jim Kunkel here. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and set the notification bell to all so that you won't miss any of my new content. Welcome to a new episode of Thursdays with Tolga. I'm Jim Kunkel. Today, Tolga will be finishing up his second part discussion on the digital transformation of the paints and coatings industry. I hope you enjoy this episode of Thursdays with Tolga. Welcome to another Thursdays with Tolga. Last week, Tolga covered the digital transformation in the paints and coatings industry by setting up the foundation and exactly what is digital transformation. Now, this week, Tolga is going to go ahead and bring it into our industry and talk about how it can impact and also, too, what the future looks like when it comes to digital transformation in the paints and coatings industry. Welcome, Tolga.
Welcome, James.
Hey, if you wanted to go ahead and start this off, I don't know if you wanted to kind of do a quick review or if you just wanted everyone to check out the last week's episode.
Yeah, I think it will be better if we just make a small, it's very brief summary what we have covered in our previous episode. So we have covered basically the cloud, this cloud of technologies like cloud computing, big data, 3D printing. So if our audience, if anyone wants to know about more of this, Jim will put a link in the description so you can go and watch our previous episode. So digital transformation, let's recap, is the process using digital technologies like these to create or modify existing business processes, culture, and customer experiences to meet challenging business and market requirements. This reimagination of business in the digital age is called digital transformation. And today we are going to talk about something more interesting, like the examples from our industry. I think, am I right?
Oh yeah, perfect. Because I mean, the first question right out of the gate I have to you is, what about our industry? Can you share some of the, commercial or industrial examples and best practices in the paints and coatings industry?
Yeah, there are a lot of examples around the world, from Asia, all the way from Asia to United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Africa, even in Africa. But I will just briefly mention some of the very interesting ones. The first one is coming from one of the biggest chemical and paint manufacturer, AkzoNobel. So AkzoNobel has right now is in cooperation, is in partnership with a company called Orange Business Services. So they are digital transforming their services by they are converging the information technologies with operation technologies and to enhance securities. So the Orange is helping AkzoNobel with their technologies like WAN and LAN technologies and their services like MSI services. And they are MSI models. They are managing services and technologies from multiple network and vendor AkzoNobel. So with their cyber SOC technology, they are cyber securing all the IT and OT technologies, and they are using the cloud transformation, and they are also using the SD-WAN technology. And with their data analytics programs of Orange, the AkzoNobel is right now using big data, to solve their problems. And For example, let me give you one example. Is the very famous the marine industry professionals probably know that their Intertech Vision. They are one of the big data solution to ship hull performance prediction tool. So what is this in practice is they are the very first tool, digital tool, specifically designed to give the shipping industry to a way to accurately predict the potential fuel and carbon dioxide savings offered by fouling control coatings. So this technology can actually project how a coatings technology will perform on a ship hull before the coating is even applied. So they have an application called Intertech Vision, and this technology works analyzing factors such as hull roughness, the roughness associated with biofouling, and computational fluid dynamics studies. So a lot of technologies, a lot of sciences behind this Intertech Vision. So this vessel-specific information is then processed using a proprietary algorithm to provide an accurate assessment of the impact of each potential fouling control choice, including for a full cost-benefit analysis. So what it means in practice is, with that information, ship operators can now make informed decisions about when to apply fouling control coatings and what technology makes the best sense for them. So basically about the ship hull coatings, like biofouling and control coatings decision. And another one, very interesting one, is coming from Asian Paints, which is an Indian paint company, very big, one of the biggest. I think they are the third biggest paint company in the world. The Sight Machine company, they are using a Sight Machine manufacturing productive platform for its unique that use AI, artificial intelligence, to combine production data from hundreds of assets into a digital twin of the production process. So in practice, it means that the Sight Machine gives Asian Paints unique insights into what is happening in the paint production operations across all the factories around the world, which enable them to foster more agile organization. Another comes from another big, very interesting major reinvention partnerships coming from Evonik and IBM. So this IBM is also with IBM and in the University of Duisburg-Essen. So this is a partnership that covers 100 million for the topic of digitalization. So this partnership with IBM will see Evonik benefit from the latest technologies such as blockchain, Internet of Things, and Industry 4.0, amongst others. So if anyone amongst our audiences want to know about more, they can check this link here. And other one is the BASF, the other major chemical producing paint coating producing company. They are right now using the largest supercomputer in our industrial chemical research, in our industrial paints and coating industry. Their supercomputer is in Ludwigshafen site in Germany. So this supercomputer has 1.75 petaflops of computing power. What it means that this computer can handle 1.75 thousand operations in 1 second. So it is a huge computing power. So this is a collection. This is a collection of like around 50,000 laptops. So they are using this computer for virtual modeling and computer simulation to determine product structures that will exhibit specific sets of properties, improving the design of experiments, leading to more efficient R&D efforts. And the cloud-based platform also makes it easier for their researchers, the BSF researchers across the global organization, to access and share ideas, data, which facilitates the development process. So also they have a dedicated website for BSF Curiosity. So this supercomputer, so you can go and check there also. And also they have a digital visualization tool that called BSF A Room. This, with using this tool at factory, at their plants, they have a authentic digitized automotive colors. Like they have a virtual coatings including complex effects that can immediately mapped on any 3D geometry for color assessments. So this technology also gives photorealistic visualization, speeds up the color design process of OEM designers. So another example is coming from the American Bureau of Shipping, ABS. They are partnering with Google's cloud and software right now for corrosion detection using artificial intelligence. So what they are doing is, this is a pilot project applying artificial intelligence to detect levels of corrosion and coating breakdown using this technology. So the project demonstrated that the accuracy of, they are saying that this project is demonstrated that the accuracy of AI in detecting, assessing structural anomalies commonly found during visual inspection. So in short, in this technology with the use of AI could be further used to analyze images over time to understand corrosion and coating breakdown trends. So the Coestro, you know Coestro, by the way, it's the X-by-R materials. They are using digital transformation program, and they are using it in 3 steps. So they are digitally transforming their operations. They are using the digital transformation tools for digital customer experiences, and they have a digital business models that say, so they have a program called digital transformation program. So also they can by searching digital at Coestro, you can get more information about this digital transformation program of Coestro. And I think more exciting, the most exciting and the most interesting one in our industry, in paints and coating, is wireless and paperless inspection. Probably you may also experience or seen that, Jim, which is that, that all the tools and gauges right now we are using, like DFT gauges and other inspection gauges, have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. But this doesn't stop here, and one step further, these gauges right now have the capability of digitizing reports with the advanced inspection gauges. So no longer we have paper reports, right, with these tools from different companies like Defelsco, Alcometer, Fisher. And one step further, with the use of via cloud computing, you can digitalize these reports. So, and a good example is coming from one of the very innovative company called TrueQC. So they have app called TrueQC App, which is basically a digitalized inspection app. So they are stating that they have this capability of real-time quality control and assurance. So they are doing it right now. You see that this is a video animation, and they are stating that they have fully digitalized and integrated across different tools and gauges and equipments. What they are doing it with device integration with Alcometer and Positector. So they are working with Alcometer and Positector, the Defelsco guys. The wireless connection with gauges let you import readings directly into reports, no data and re-entry required. So there is also an advantage of centralized document management system, which is accessible anytime, anywhere. So they are using the cloud computing. They are cloud computing system, so that they also state that they are drastically reducing the time spent for searching for specific data points for documentation, simplifying audits, claims, maintenance needs, etc. So they have the full capability, offline capability. So when there is no internet, so you can also work with this app. But when your device reconnects with cellular or Wi-Fi, all the data automatically syncs with the cloud and instantly reconnecting to your operations. And they have the required APIs and integrations, so you can move the data anywhere, anytime with this APIs and integration. So no need to waste time or resources, endless amounts of data into the existing system. So basically, I think this is most of the guys in the United States are, I think, probably aware of this. But so people who want to get more information, so they can Google it with TrueQC app, and they can search and find it, James.
Yeah,
so James, this is all. Have you ever had the chance to test or evaluate TrueQC app?
I have. It actually it's integrated into, well, it's kind of integrated into the QP1 certification program for contractors. So they can utilize this to do real-time quality control, and it's good for the tie into the inspection if there's third-party inspection. And sometimes owners, they like to see reports more rapidly or in instant reporting than wait for the next day or when reports are written out. So this is a great tool. But I'm just amazed with the amount of digitization that you just showcased in the industry. So it looks like the paints and coatings industries very, very much adapting to digitalization and also looking at the concepts of AI and real-time reporting and everything like that. So very good job in covering a lot of that.
Thanks, James. Thanks, Jim.
So, I guess the next question I have for you, Tolga, is, in order to really achieve successful digital transformation within the paints and coatings industry, what should we do in a systematic way? And, what should be the correct roadmap to follow?
Jim, this is a very good question, because there are a lot of technologies we have covered, we have mentioned. So you need to have a systematical approach. You need to have a roadmap. So I have tried to summarize the basic steps. The basic steps are, first, you have the files, the analog files. You need to digitize it to a data, and then you should make a cloud database and then improve it. And this is all a system, but it's not so easy. So also you need to take into account the customer integration, employee training, process optimization, product transformation. So it's a hell of a concept. I mean, this is very much time consuming and very much tiring process. But there are major tracks that every company should go on, like the people should be aware of digital transformation tools and the processes that are digital transformed, that should be digital transformed. Then the technologies, what are the technologies we should use? The big data, VR, AR, or cloud computing, or machine learning. So the selection of the technology and the content. We should make our content compatible with the digital transformation. So this is the 4 elements of the roadmap of digital, just very basically. But in order to make a successful digital transformation, like all the things, like all the systematical approaches, we need to ask a lot of so many questions like why, what, which, with what, how much, when. So for example, to give you an idea, Jim, some example questions are: where to start? Do we need to build analytics capabilities before we invest in machine learning? Or do we invest in the Internet of Things before we build big data capabilities? Which infrastructure should we use? Which use cases and technology should we start with? How can we integrate digitalization with everything we already do? How can we integrate intelligence and innovation capabilities with our system or record? Do we need to upgrade or replace our existing applications? How soon can we expect to see real outcomes? So do we have to wait a lot of multiple years to realize value in our digital investments? How can we speed up our time of value? How can we scale innovation across our businesses? How can we make our innovations repeatable? So not one time, repeatable. So how can we effectively leverage digital capabilities in business across business areas? So how much digitalization costs? How much does it cost? And what are the benefits? Who will be in charge? So this is, I think, the most important. Who will be in charge of various facets of digital transformation programs? So appointing a digital transformation manager, whether it's a CDO, Chief Digital Officer, or CIO, Chief Innovation Officer, helps shepherd the digital programs. What I mean by that, because you need to have a digital maturity scale. So it's I don't want to go into details, but all the digital transformation programs has this digital maturity index. So with starting from no maturity to all the way to fully transformed. So strategy, management, products, operations, culture, people, monitoring, and technology. Therefore, all the companies, if they want to successfully integrate digital transformation to the company, they should marry technologies. What I mean by marrying the technologies, for a successful digital transformation, you need to have experts who knows both coding technologies and digital technologies comprehensively. So not only coding technologies. You need to have both of them. So in summary, James, you need to let's look at the terms again. Digitalization is the process of converting information from a physical format into digital format. When this process is leveraged to improve this business process, it is called digitalization. The result of this process are called digital transformation. So this is a major challenge and opportunity. So this brings us a major challenge and opportunity. So like opportunities makes your business more competitive, makes your employees more productive, allows you to provide better customer experience, makes your business more economical. But the challenges are never-ending change. So there's a change that never ends. Effective implementation of new technologies takes time, a lot of time, it doesn't make all in months, can cause upheaval and uncertainty of employees, digital cultures, and nimble competitors who can take advantage of the low barrier to entry the technology provides. So therefore, you need to have the captain of the digital transformation team, because it's like a team sport. This digital transformation is like a team sport. This because the multi-dimensional nature of digital transformation means execution. All the execution must be a team support involving not only CEO, CFO, or CMO, but CDO, like this Chief Digital Officer, and it should be championed broadly by CEO. So finally, James, next time someone says they know digital transformation, check if they explain via doesn't present the issue through a single lens. It's not a single issue, so it's a system. So goes beyond technology and consider human and business side of things as a whole. So in the end, this is a digital transformation is not just technology. It is involving the human and the business side as a whole, Jim. So as in our all episodes, I love this phrase. We think in generalities, but we live in detail. What does it mean by that? It is we have covered so much things in a very short amount of time, Jim. But digital transformation is not so simple, unfortunately. So you need to dive into a lot of concepts, a lot of technologies. So thank you very much for listening to me. And also, if you have any questions, you or any audiences, I can gladly answer questions and requests, Jim.
Yeah, Tolga, thank you very much. And I think what you've opened my eyes to is that, regarding my channel, that, maybe there's opportunity to have discussions, where companies and organizations in our industry might be willing to talk about what digital transformation they are currently doing and maybe what they have plans. Obviously, not giving away any type of state secrets, but hopefully maybe they can say, yeah, we're moving to more of an app-based solution versus a website, or we're looking to have more resources and tools available for people who are, contractors, engineers, for the owners, for other contacts that they might come and work with their customers, basically, I guess I'd say. But this was a very good two-part session, and I do appreciate you championing this and saying, Jim, this is an important topic for us to talk about, because it is a very important topic, and I've learned a lot regarding digital transformation. Especially, I did not realize how much of it already exists in our industry currently at this time. I figured it was just kind of starting, but it looks like it's here and it's moving pretty well through our industry right now.
You're right, Jim. I mean, because of the COVID-19, the coronavirus, it is also gaining acceleration. So I think that we will see lots of more digital transformation technologies around us in our protective coding industry. So I think it is very, very important subject right now.
Exactly. And as Tolga mentioned earlier, I will make sure that I put the links that were in the presentation here into the video description. As usual, I will put the LinkedIn profile URL to connect with Tolga if you would like to connect with him professionally. His information at the corrosiondoctor.org email address if you want to reach out with him. Obviously, he has a not-for-profit technical site. You can take a look at his blog and also other information from Tolga. Tolga, I truly appreciate this opportunity this Thursday once again, and I look forward to our next Thursday.
I also truly appreciate your moderation. Thank you very much, Jim. And see you in the next Thursday.
Oh, no problem. You have a good rest of your day.
Have a good rest of your day. Bye.